And let me just piggyback on what Mike said. I love that, Mike, because you're right. If she has her own money, it does feel good to know that my man is pampering me in some type of way. But I would even say this: when you do that, you'll be amazed at what you get back from her, because now she wants to pamper you. You know what I'm saying? And she may
Oh,
go
I
above
get
and
mine. I'm gonna
beyond
make sure I get
for
mine. Don't
you.
don't.
If she's the right woman, women, I'm a giver. If I see that you're giving me something, I'm gonna try to double. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. But I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna be thinking about you on another. I'm not trying to one up you or
Mhm.
anything, but I'm just saying because I'm a giver. You know. So it's just men. If you're dating a woman and she happens to make more money than you, just treat her like a lady still. Don't treat, you are the man, just like Ina said. You provide so many other things in that household besides finances. So I'm sure she appreciates you for that because she's in that relationship. But it's okay to pamper her, and I promise you, if she's anything like me, she's gonna give it back to you, give you way much more than you've given her. That's just how I roll. So
And ladies, because we gotta talk to the ladies too. When you get a man, start toning down the independent woman speech. It is really confusing. It is extremely confusing because even our natural instinct, first off, is to do for our women. We want to see you smile. We want to give you things and know we did it. That provision, it's actually biological that we get such that like fulfillment out of watching ourselves provide for everyone underneath our care, or or under our roof. That gives us pride. It gives me fulfillment. That's what makes me happy. Not these cars, not anything else, not clothes, not sneakers. That is what makes me happy. So it is extremely confusing to hear so much of the world's rhetoric out there in a house where you're like, well, does she not want me to give her money? Does she get fulfillment out of buying things from herself? And now we know that that's not true. You don't. It's just been taught to you over the years to say such things because it makes women in a group feel good about what they've done with their life, but not individually. Y'all are still women.
Yeah, I agree. Women are still women, but you gotta add credence to the fact that, like you said, when you spend enough time doing something for so long, why would you be able to easily turn that off after you then spent excessive amount of time doing certain things? Like,
Talk about the women.
yeah, women. Like, why would they stop taking ownership or taking leadership or being independent or doing these things they've been doing by
Real
themselves for
quick,
years?
Enoch, I just want to add this to Harrison. So Harrison, this is the question I got for women now on panels. Can women? That's a question for you, or a question for the ladies. Most women at work can pay their own bills, right? Do they want to? Okay, that's why, Harris. That's the answer.
No, no, I understand, but you have to understand, like you say, you should give man grace on this. The
Hmm.
simple fact of the matter remains is that, yeah, I can treat you like a normal woman, but you're not a normal woman. You have
Hmm.
habits and skills and propensities to do certain things that you have spent a significant amount of time doing.
Hmm.
And then I want you to come home and turn that off. Now, granted, like it's
I'm gonna
not
let Nas go, but
necessarily.
I do got another. I do got another rebuttal.
I'm
But
not saying that it's impossible because women love sit there and saying, "Well, I don't give this energy to everybody. The right guy will make me make this adjustment, and if I like you, I'll do all of these things." But the simple fact of the matter is that many women, what they say and what they do be two different things. They would say that, you don't need money, you don't need all of these things, you don't need to make this much money. But too many times they have shown you that's a lie. If she feels like you're beneath you, she's beneath you, or you're beneath her, she's going to continue to keep the same energy she keeps everywhere else and still be crying about it, talking about why this, why this. Listen, men and women, we are our worst enemies sometimes. The simple fact of the matter is how women have been able to adjust to these new changes and get income and this, that, and the third. It came with a very different issue, just like HVAC. HVAC gave us the comforts of our days and our times, but it also jacked up the ozone. So sometimes some of the good things that we have in life that you can be able to take care of yourself, be independent, not have the necessary need to depend on a man. Now, when you're trying to interact and try to figure out some level of independence, it's going to be hard for you to make that adjustment oftentimes when you make a certain amount of money.
So I think it's so disingenuous. Only because,
You said what?
like I said, I think that's so disingenuous.
Why?
Only because like, women, as much as like we talk about how women say one thing and do another, the one thing women have been consistent with is like, if that woman really sees that guy as that guy, she's going to do everything she can to keep him. Like that has been consistent across women. There might be an adjustment period because for any human being, habits are hard to break. But the reason that women turn it off when they come home for the guy that they love is to keep him, because they are well aware of the fact that if they continue with that, and let's use Trigger Mike as an example because he just spoke about what he does for his wife. Is if his wife decided to turn around and start to have that independent woman conversation, he's out. And she knows that. And so she knows that in order to keep this man that she thinks is a good man, a good husband, a good father, a good provider, all of this stuff, has good character, she's going to adjust so that she keeps him, so that she's not without a man like that. Because if we're honest, a lot of women feel like that type of man is very rare, right? So women have been very consistent on that. What they haven't been consistent on is that the men that they treat are like that guy when really they're just trying to convince themselves so that they're able to stay in a relationship, not the relationship, right? That's where I understand a lot of men's confusion around it. But women are very capable of turning it off with some grace, because again, habits are hard to change. But women are able, with time and the right amount of direction, women are absolutely able to switch it up for the right man. The problem is a lot of men have also bought into the same fallacy that women have, that their value is their wallet. And so as a man, if you're not able to provide value past a wallet, you're not providing that woman with opportunity to respect you past the dollar amount that you bring into the household. So we have men and women operating from the same place, frustrated about the same thing, and trying to navigate relationships with each other when both of them don't really fully buy into it.
Well, I think it's very important that what you mentioned is time, right? How much time should I be willing to give you grace for you to learn how to turn it off? Because you talked about this whole entire show about building the foundation and setting the boundaries and doing all that stuff out the gate. If you've been spending 20 or 30 years of your life doing a certain type of thing, what is the likelihood of you being able to switch that switch?